Hi, welcome to another episode of Senssa the Necromancer on Everquest 1999. So today what I'm doing is the test of flight, which is one of the quests that can be done by a necromancer up in the plane of sky. So I decided to do this video because even though there's a good explanation on the website of what to do, I thought for people who are more visual would benefit from actually seeing it being done. So we just finished a raid in Sky, and I am getting ready to turn in the 3 objects that you currently see in the window over to Jazil, if that's how you pronounce it. The original audio for this was scrubbed, unfortunately, and I'll explain why that was scrubbed. It was just too tangy, so I thought I'd have to redo it. So just bear with me if it seems a little bit off. Okay, so I have what I need for that. I wanted to show you also the black silk cape, which was a drop in the plane of sky. I was the only necromancer from Kittens Who Say Meow and Venerate that was there, so I was able to get it, which I thought was cool. It's part of the epic for the necro. So I have everything already. As you can see, these are the 3 pieces that will be given to Jazil to get the test of flight reward. So I just needed those, and of course the key to get to that section of Sky, because if you all know, Sky is built on islands and you have to access each island with a key. So in order to get the key, what you would need to do is when you get ported up, you go to the key master and click on him like a normal merchant. So there I bought my first coffin. If you plan to buy your coffins there, please be aware that you have to have an empty slot for it, because it will not go in a bag. I didn't know that, so it was a good thing that I had managed to have an empty slot. And you need to buy that key, which is free. He also sells other things, but that's the key that you need. And you buy that, and once you buy that, you head over to the northwest, I think, but the north side of the island. It's good to have your sense heading up and maxed out so that you can find the area where you use the key to get into that part of the island. So I take the key, pray and hope that this is the island that I go to, and click, and I am here. So this is a room where the bloodcaster is. I see this guy there, and the first thing I do is con him, but he's indifferent, so I'm pretty good with that. So I get there, and I think it's this way, because I've never been here, and to come to find out, my guildie's sitting there, so that must be the way out. Turn around, and there are all the gentlemen waiting. So I con each and every one of them to make sure before I actually enter the room. Each one is part of a quest, I guess, that gets done by other classes. But like I said, I've never done it before, so head in there, try to find him. There he is. And there's just other ones. There's many of them in this room. So I figured by then I'm safe to go. You know, if I would have been killed on sight, I probably would have been already. So I head over to the bloodcaster. Now the thing is that you hail him, and people, when you hail anything upstairs, I believe they will kill you. So I was sort of worried, and the reason why I never responded was because I didn't get close enough for him to hail him. And I had gotten worried when I had done the first 2 hails, and I had gotten no response. So I was like, this is the guy. I was looking at my paper. because I had printed everything out. I'm like, he has to be. There's only one blood caster here. I started looking around. I'm like, there's no one else. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? And then eventually ends up going close enough to hail him. And that's when he says, greetings. Are you ready to begin? I click on, I am ready. Then he asks, who do you want to be tested by? So then I pick Jazeel, and that's when he hands me the book. So you're supposed to read the book. Obviously I did, because I wasn't sure. I just read it. I am not going to read this for you now because it's very tiny on my screen at the moment. But I did read it in the live version. So just bear with me while we go through this. And then from there, I'll carry on with the remaining of the quest. So after you finish reading your book, you take it, give it back to him, and then Jazeel will spawn. So you hail Jazeel, and the next button that I have that I clicked on was I'm willing to trade, because that's what you need to do in order to begin this. The thing that I did not do is I forgot to make a button for what test I was doing. That wasn't clear on the wiki site. I mean, it's probably obvious, but I didn't see it at the time. So I was in a little panic mode there, and I'm thinking, what is it? What is going on? And then realized that what I needed to do, because usually they're in parentheses or they're italic. So I just took it upon myself to put the test of flight, which worked, and I was happy about that. So then he tells you what it is that you need to get in order to complete the quest, and then come back and return it to him. So I'm in my bag, and then decide maybe I should give it to him in the order that he requested, because sometimes things like that matter, and I didn't want to blow this. So I gave them all to him. And there you go. I got it, and I got some experience, some that I lost up there to do corpse and keys, and that is my reward. So that was amazing. So here we are. We are leaving. Well, I am leaving. This is the way out, and the only way out is to actually jump. So this part sort of freaks me out when you have to jump off the island. I always like to have the spells that I will be using, because like I said, I'm killing site in Freeport, both sides. Is it? Yeah. And so I need to be a little bit more cautious when leaving and exiting and entering zones. And there I go. Loading, please wait. So when you when you finish loading, you're in East Freeport. I am under the water trying to raise my head up, and you need to head west, I believe. So you will see it immediately when you load in, when you start swimming. If you don't see it by the count of 5, then you know you are going in the wrong direction, and you need to find the other way to get there. So those are my lights, my visuals. Up here, there's a girl does fishing. She's kill on sight. So I will show you a safe place right here where I go as a necromancer. So I head underneath here. And then I just gate. So here I am back in the E-Commons, everything all done and dusted. Happy little necromancer. I hope this information helps somebody out there. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a tell. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Take care.